Hello and welcome to Midas Markets Daily News. Let's kick off your trading day with the latest financial news and market headlines.
Hello traders, this is Jason with the market update. The US dollar index climbed near 98.25 on Tuesday, extending the previous day's rally. Investors are closely watching President Trump's high-stakes summit with European leaders aimed at ending the war in Ukraine. During the talks, Trump discussed potential security guarantees for Kyiv and announced follow-up meetings involving Russian and Ukrainian leaders, which he will also attend. Ukraine's President Zelensky confirmed that his country has proposed a $90 billion US weapons purchase as part of the arrangement, with details expected in the coming days. WTI crude traded around $62 as Ukraine intensified its strikes on Russian energy infrastructure. White House trade advisor Peter Navarro argued that India should ban Russian oil imports, calling the country's purchases speculative and undermining global efforts to isolate Moscow's war economy. He added that India has effectively become Russia's oil clearinghouse, funneling much-needed US dollars back to Moscow. Market sentiment was driven by these geopolitical crosscurrents, especially after President Trump held talks with President Zelensky and European allies. Gold held steady above $3,330 on Tuesday as investors weighed US-led efforts to end the war in Ukraine while awaiting the Fed's Jackson Hole gathering. Following meetings with President Zelensky and European leaders, President Trump said he had spoken with President Putin and was working to arrange a direct meeting between Putin and Zelensky, followed by a trilateral summit. Hopes of a peace deal lifted sentiment, though traders remain cautious about a near-term breakthrough. The yen hovered near 148 on Tuesday, pressured by broad dollar strength and optimism over potential progress in Ukraine peace talks. Japanese officials downplayed remarks from US Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, who suggested the Bank of Japan was lagging in its policy stance. But BOJ Governor Kazuo Ueda maintained a cautious tone, emphasizing that underlying inflation remains below the 2% target, signaling no rush to tighten policy. The euro began the week on a weaker footing, slipping towards 1.65 as traders awaited the outcome of President Trump's White House meeting with President Zelensky. The talks followed Trump's earlier meeting with President Putin last Friday. Optimism grew as Trump reported that Russia had agreed to provide security guarantees, albeit in exchange for partial territorial concessions. A swift resolution to the conflict would likely support the euro, as the European Union remains heavily dependent on energy imports, and stability in oil and gas flows would be a major boost.
We hope you enjoyed today's market outlook. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. Remember to join us tomorrow morning for the freshest news.